Chris Bennett's Country Climb, Star of the Week.
Dom Ellis. Dom, thank you so much for being our Star of the Week.
Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be on here, and I'm excited.
How about we start the show with a little icebreaker, a little rapid-fire questions with Dom Ellis. Ready?
Go ahead. Shoot him, man.
Right.
Yeah, shoot him.
Favorite 90s country artist?
Oh, I'd have to say probably either Keith Whitley or Alan Jackson.
Oh, good choices.
That's a hard one.
First album you ever bought?
Let's see. Chris Stapleton's Traveler.
And you're young. You're a lot younger than me. You're 19. So did you buy an album or was it a digital album?
No, it was an album. It was a vinyl.
Oh, yeah. Chris Stapleton, Traveler. Your favorite song from that album?
Ooh. Let's see. You got me on that one. Probably Far Away.
Oh, that's a good one. What's one food you absolutely refuse to eat?
You're going to get me on this one. Is it fruit or food?
Food.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Food.
Yeah, mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes.
You don't like mashed potatoes?
Yeah. My mom shoved it down my throat growing up, and for some odd reason, I just don't like it anymore. I think it might be the texture of it. The texture really gets me every time.
First thing you do after getting off stage?
Chug an entire water bottle.
What's something fans would be surprised to know about you?
I feel like every time I say this, people kind of, eyebrows flare up. Whenever I say that I was a gymnast before all of this, before everything started.
Heck yeah, so you could do flips? You could do, like you did the competitions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Woo! And then how'd you decide to get out of that?
I had an injury from the Olympic trampoline, and I did that. I wanted to try it out after the gymnastics, entire scenery. I fell upon the Olympic trampoline, did it for about a year, and the next, I was training. I fell. I bailed out of the flip, hurt my ankle, and from there, I, was bedridden. I didn't have a TV. I didn't have any video games. I just sat in my room, played with a Rubik's Cube, was bored, went through the house, saw a guitar, and decided to pick it upon myself to try it out. And, from there on, I just started playing, and next thing you know, I was singing and picking. So it was a great journey.
Heck yeah, that was Rapid Fire Questions with Dom Ellis, today's Country Climb Star of the Week. All right, I'm going to ask you the hardest question you'll probably get today. If you had one country song to request for the rest of your life, at all events, on the radio, whatever, what country song are you requesting?
Of mine or
of any, of all, not of yours, anyone. But of all time?
I would have to say, oh gosh, that is a very, very hard question. That is extremely hard. It's got to be, jeez. You got me on that one. That one's very hard. I'd say, Somebody's Doing Me Right by Keith Whitley.
Heck yeah, can't go wrong with some Keith Whitley. Actually, let's play that song right now on Q Country 92.5. All right, that was the hardest question you'll probably get today. That was pretty hard, right?
Yeah, that was a difficult one, for sure.
So let's find out a little bit about Dom Ellis. Where did you grow up, and when did music first grab you?
So I grew up in Maurice, Louisiana. I grew up in a very humble home. God-fearing household, and we did not own a TV in my house. We did not own any electronics. We were very strict on being outside. Outside is your entertainment, and school and education was a priority. And throughout my time growing up, me being able to be alone and enjoy and entertaining myself really helped me out. I have ADHD, so of course I gotta be around and do a bunch of things at once, and so entertaining myself was very, very hard. I always needed something to entertain me, and finding that and completing that was a big execution for me growing up. And finally, what got me into the whole entire music scenery was living out here, watching. Louisiana has a very high culture of music. The Zydeco scenery is massive. Everywhere you go, you hear someone playing, you hear someone singing, you hear someone expressing their emotions through some chord that they're playing, some fiddle that they're messing with, anything. And a good amount of blues out here. And I've always been connected to the music scenery. I just never tried singing, never tried playing an instrument. I was more into the very, very boyish, masculine sports of just being a football player and doing all these things. And that was the main goal. And finally, I stood upon gymnastics one day. My mom caught me doing flips off my roof because it was cool to do flips around my time, being in middle school. And if you could do a backflip, you were cool. So of course I wanted to try that out, and being so active and outside with no electronics or anything, I learned a good amount of them and became very good at it, and decided to try out gymnastics, and that I just found a passion for it. And there's not many out here. It's not very popular out here, but the ones that they had, they were very supportive, and it was a great community. And I was very thankful, still thankful and grateful to join that. And from learning from gymnastics was a lot of determination that I had to set my mindset upon. And I think in a way, after the injury, after all of that, getting out of the gymnastics and whatnot, that determination kind of got me into doing what I'm doing now, is just full forward, all the drive that I can into music and becoming full-time.
So how old were you when you got injured?
I was 15. I'm pretty sure 16.
And that's when you picked up the guitar and you just taught yourself?
Yes, sir. Self-taught.
Wow. Like watching YouTube videos or just practicing?
YouTube. Marty Schwartz was the guy. I'd steal my mom's phone. I didn't have a phone, so I'd steal my mom's phone. I had this little iPod that I could only connect to the Wi-Fi, and our Wi-Fi is just horrible out here. And so I'd steal my mom's phone, and I'd look up, just short little clips of, the riff of the day. So it was really cool.
And so what year is this? Like when you're 15, like 2018, 2019?
Yeah, during COVID, actually. COVID was a big time whenever I was really cracking down on the guitar.
And then you started writing your own songs too, or you were just at this point just playing your favorite covers? And
if I were to give you the notebook from the old songs, you wouldn't you wouldn't say the great things that you've been saying about me now. I mean, I was of course learning a lot of I didn't have much life that I've lived in that time. I lived in a very God-fearing household. My entire family's together. No one, there's no bad blood or anything. I've never, experienced a lot of deaths or anything in my life. I just, I've had a very, very great and grateful life. God is definitely, I'm very blessed to be where I'm at and been where I've been. And, and so you could say, around COVID time, I was trying to write, and I did lose someone very important in my life, which was my aunt Beck, and she played a big part on my middle school life, doing football, pee-wee football, you could say. She was my number one fan and number one supporter, and when we lost her, it was a hard time. And I think that was the first song that I've ever written about anything, anyone, and so on. I didn't know how to put it into words, and so I just wrote it down into a piece of paper. And that's what really fired the engine. And when COVID was just ending, that's whenever I was like, I'm going to take it upon myself to try to write something and just keep writing. And if something ever happens, if I'm ever down or anything, I'll write about it. And I knew that I was always in a jilly-golly mood to want to hop, skip, and a jump. I didn't have, any depressing days or anything. And I watched the people around me have those days. And so I watched their lives unfold. Again, I'm the youngest of the bunch out of my family. So I watched my siblings grow and flourish throughout the years, for sure. And watching them, I have multiple songs about them. So that was kind of the inspiration of the songwriting as well.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3.
Oh, okay.
Oldest is 2 of them are sisters.
So you really started learning the guitar 2019-ish, and then
Yes, sir.
2022, like you started putting your music on TikTok, and is that about right?
Yes, sir. Timeline around that time, yes, sir.
And then you're posting, you're not seeing much happen. And then TikTok kind of helped you decide, hey, guess what? This isn't a hobby anymore. You're gonna be doing this as a living. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It was a very shocking reality check to me. I was definitely not prepared for it, but also so thankful.
Yeah. So tell the listeners kind of what happened. You decided to you have this beautiful porch, this area. Well, go ahead. You tell the story and what song and what happened when this went viral.
So I was just getting back around my my friend's house. Just got home, and my mom said, "Hey, I think you need to post a TikTok. I think you should." I was like, "Okay." And so I went on the back porch, grabbed a little mic stand, hooked up my phone, grabbed my guitar, sat on the porch swing, and just started swinging, playing, whatever. Looking for a song, scrolling through like a list of songs that are trending on TikTok, whatever. Scrolled upon Jersey Giant, the cover of Jersey Giant, and I think it was Evan Hauner that I saw first. And when I saw him play it, I was like, man, it'd be cool if he went ahead and just held that note a little bit longer. Again, I was doing vocal lessons around this time. And so my creativity and curiosity for things were very, very high. And I just wanted to see what would happen, what would work, what could I do. And of course, I had a couple takes where I sounded like a goose call, and a couple takes where it was all right. And that one take that I had was the best. I thought wasn't the best one, but was the best to other people, and people really connected to it, and they made it into a trend. And within the next hour, I had 300,000 views, and I was with my friend in the car. I'm like, what do I do to this? And they're like, well, respond to them. And I was like, okay. So I was very new to all of that, and it was a blessing from above, the fact that God gave me the opportunity to, try something out and then end up becoming my passion. So it's definitely different. For sure.
And that's what inspired you. You realized you struck a chord. You had a lot of followers. You now have over 200,000 followers on TikTok, 40,000 followers on Instagram, and you decided you need to give them more. So you started, you recorded and released some of your own original music, right?
Yes, sir. I had some scraps, little bitty songs that I fiddled with, of course, and I took it upon myself to finish them. And then after they were finished, I was like, I might as well just make an EP out of this, might as well just put Jersey Giant out and then some originals and just see how that hits. And it hit. It was great.
How about we play one of those originals that hit right here on Q Country 92.5?
Yes, sir. That sounds great.
Yeah. What song do you want to play?
Left to Hold. Shoot that one out there.
What's it called?
Left to Hold.
Left to Hold by Dom Ellis, today's Country Climb Star of the Week. Here you go. Some new music, Left to Hold.
Do you remember the 17th September? Now your loss cut deeper than I remember. The holding on to me 'cause you didn't want to be so damn lonely. Till a tall blue-eyed brown-haired boy came along unexpectedly. That this boy was just a friend, not to worry about a thing. How I trusted you in loyalty, me thinking that you loved me, and no one in between. There's the lies and the cheats. Who can I talk to? Who can I trust? 'Cause everything you done told me, I left it out to rust. Who can I love? Who can I hold? 'Cause I thought I'd held the world in my arms. There's nothing left to hold, left to hold. Left to hold. Well, I remember all the laughs and all the joys, but that didn't last. Till I found out I was just a toy. Tried to talk to you about it for a bit, and all I got back was his blue eyes and a tattoo on his wrist. Who can I talk to? Who can I trust? 'Cause everything you done told me, girl, I left it out to rust. Who can I love? Who can I hold? 'Cause I thought I'd held the world in my arms. There's nothing left to hold, left to hold. Left to hold. Left to hold. Left to hold. Who can I talk to? Who can I trust? 'Cause everything you done told me, I left it out to rust. Who can I love? Who can I hold? 'Cause I thought I'd held the world in my arms. There's nothing left to hold, left to hold.
That's Dom Ellis, Left to Hold on Q Country 92.5. Dom, that is incredible. That was the first song you released after you had your viral moment on TikTok?
Yes, sir.
And tell me a little bit, I mean, your voice is definitely does not match your age. You're 19. You have a voice beyond your years. It's amazing. And your lyrics are beyond your years, I feel like. Tell us a little bit about Left to Hold and how that song came about and what inspired it.
Well, so I really did not have around that time much life of you know, I didn't live much life as most songs are, and I felt as if I needed to, and I knew that my only option was to be watching people and their lives unfold. And one of my buddies, he of course got his heart broken, and you know, some, again, tall, brown haired, blue-eyed guy came walking in, this girl that he liked so much, her life, and swept her off her feet from him. And you know, he was definitely hurt, and talked to me about it, and I was like, hey, you don't mind if I use that? I'm just for fun, I'll try it out. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And one thing led to the other, and now it's a song, you know. So that was kind of how it came upon, and getting the whole entire production of it was with Brad Phillips, who lives out in Youngsville, about 5 minutes down the road from where I live, and he helped out with the production. I told him that I wanted it very stripped and very clean and just simple, and let the song have a little bit of emotion, a little bit of heart, and just as simplistic as it can be.
And then once you released that song, that was the first song you've ever released. What was the response like after that?
It was good. You know, it was very good. It was very. I didn't know how to expect everything to go. I was kind of like, okay, so if this song gets 1,000 streams, I'm going to be bouncing off the wall. And it hit 1,000 streams within like the first, way more than 5,000 streams within the first day. And I was like freaking out. I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I wrote this song just for fun and just for like, you know, nothing. I really didn't like, this has nothing to me. Like, it doesn't tie to me or nothing. And, it hit. I was very, very surprised. And of course my friend was very excited as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so you have this out, at this point, and this is probably, I think we're 2023 now. Do you move to Nashville? What's going on now? Are you getting more music gigs?
I moved to Nashville about, it's coming up on a year. So I moved to Nashville in 2024. So yeah, I have had a couple gigs. I've had some shows, very, very blessed to have these shows, especially. I started my first show, real show, venue show, was out in, London, central London. It was kind of like the breaking point for me was just like, didn't know really what was going on. Very new to everything. You know, we left out there 2023. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2024. Sorry. Beginning of 2024, we ran out to London, did the show, came back. I mean, I'm exuberant. I'm excited. I met great folks out there, great people. And then that was kind of the start of the shows. And of course, I played around outer state, you know, Texas, Georgia, Iowa. Played a show out in Missouri, Alabama. Done a couple of them. Very, very exciting shows. And then now this year, 2025, what we had was the Baker Blankenship tour, the Maxed Out tour, which was in February. And it was just a support tour for about, you know, I'd say almost 2 weeks. Played out in New York, played all the northern states. I was not used to the cold. Was not ready for the cold at all. Played out in New York, the Manhattan, Let's see. I went play. We played in Washington D.C. That was a great venue. Some in Philadelphia, some in Pittsburgh. We went all the way up to Canada as well, which was definitely another experience for me. As soon as we came back home from the whole entire tour, we got on a flight and went back to London again. And that was a great time. Yeah, for our second go round for C2C. So C2C is just a tour that they have, like a festival, you could say, very, very big festival.
Heck yeah! So you moved basically from your very sheltered home, your small town, to Nashville, the big city. What's that transition been like? And what's the weirdest thing you've seen since being in Nashville?
I think the weirdest thing is probably I've watched a Mazda Miata. The traffic's just horrible out there. That's the only thing you could complain about. The weather's nice. It's not hot and moggy like Louisiana for sure. But it's green. Everything's green out in Nashville. Definitely not used to the big city. Still to this day getting used to the big tall buildings and everything. But the traffic was definitely one thing me getting used to, and finding my way out there, getting to rights, leaving like an hour early so I'm not in traffic or anything. And big thing was weirdest thing I've seen out there was a Mazda Miata went under a 18-wheeler to cross into another lane. They're just crazy out there. It was like a Fast and Furious clip. I swear it was real life.
That sounds like the title of your next country song. I saw a Mazda drive under a pickup truck or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, it was definitely a sight to see. Yeah.
Well, we've already played one song from you. Let's play another song. What do you want to play next?
You can go ahead and shoot to them. Addictions.
Addictions. This is another song that sounds wise behind your ears. And is it kind of the same thing? You're just looking at things around you, or is this more of a personal story?
This was in a way a personal story, but not exactly. It was definitely something that I could grapple to. Also my friends could grapple to. And it was kind of like an imagery of like, hey, what if we made a song about, a man becoming sober through love? Like, it's very hard to quit something that you've been dedicated to, like just addicted to for so long. And if a woman just comes into your life and just changes that completely, obviously you're going to love her. And obviously it's meant to be after that. And that's kind of how the song was interpreted and definitely formed, was just, finding that good love that can get you out of the addictions that you've made. And that's the song. So.
And did you write this by yourself? Was this a group effort?
I wrote it with a guy named Pablo Pellerin. He's out from Louisiana. We wrote it out in Nashville. Whenever I lived in Nashville for a month, we tried it out while I was in high school, just to see how things were going, because I had a couple meetings out there, and one thing led to the other. We ended up renting a house for that month, and then a month came into 2 months, and then it was one thing after the other, and I had to come back home. I had to move from Nashville to here because of school. I wanted to finish out my year, and they stayed up there. They're still there now. But yeah, we wrote it in our living room.
Heck yeah. Well, let's take it from the living room to the airwaves of Q Country 92.5. Here is this week's Country Climb Star of the Week, Dom Ellis, with his song Addictions.
and a shaky smile. No, I don't recognize myself. I'm angry at my weakness, but these addictions I keep on pleasing. Been at it for a while. A day goes by, still smoke in the air. Empty bottles became souvenirs. Because she came along and made it clear that love could fix and repair. Mary Jane had her last dance yesterday, and the marble man said goodbye. Jack and Jen were my best friends. All I need is your love to get me high. All I need is your love to get me high. Now there's rain on a rusty tin roof, and the love is pouring through, until I have cravings. Some things are worth explaining. Need a substitute. Mary Jane had her last dance yesterday, and the marble man said goodbye. Jack and Jen were my best friends, and all I need is your love to get me high. All I need is your love to get me high. Yesterday, well, the marble man said goodbye. Jack and Jen were my best friends. All I need is your love to get me high. All I need is your love to get me high. All I need is your love. Get me high. All I need is your love to get me high.
That's Dom Ellis, Addictions on Q Country 92.5. I love music that gives me the feels. And every one of your songs, man, I feel something. I get goosebumps, and it's so deep, and it's great. When did you learn? You've taken vocal lessons. When did you learn you had this voice? Was that something that you just were always born with, or something that you developed?
It was kind of like a developed thing, I guess you could say. I loved folk music growing up. I also loved rock and whatnot, but my sisters would listen to this group called Iron and Wine, and I always loved how soft it was and simple. Very, very simple, but metaphorical at the same time. And it was very, it was a very big inspiration on me, especially on my guitar playing as well, just very soft playing. And lyrically wise, also a big inspiration with Ray LaMontagne. But one thing for sure was the whole entire scenery on me being vocal and vocal taught. I was nowhere good. Whenever I showed my parents, it was kind of like, hey guys, can you just hear me? I just want to try this out. And they were like, well, we don't have any musical talent, so we don't know. So they brought me to a vocal teacher. They told me that I was getting a new guitar. Then they brought me to a vocal teacher, which I did not want. So, of course, I pitched a fit, and I was like, I'm not going in there. And they're like, well, just try it. And it was kind of weird how me and the vocal teacher, her name is Valerie Kuiper, and me and her clicked. I mean, right off the bat, we clicked and became best friends, and she taught me what I know now. And till this day, I still talk to her every now and then and go for a tune-up for my voice. And she's helped me out so much on so many levels, getting the runs and getting the pushes and everything. And so it was a very big develop from going to a soft tone to where I'm at now. So
sometimes parents do know best.
They do. Mother knows best, for sure.
Well, let's listen to a song from our Country Climb Star of the Week, Dom Ellis. This one is called Right Person, Wrong Time. When did this come out? Tell us a little story about this one.
Right Person, Wrong Time came out, I think it was around November time, around that winter area. And it was a personal experience. I had the song in the guts, and I was wanting to find out if, I could connect with other people, because I've always heard the term, hey, I just don't think this is right. It's right person, wrong time. And I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I think, God has a reason for everything. I think it's more lessons. Because when it's the right person, it's the right person. There's just no ins or buts or bouts. It's just the right person. And I think you think you find that right person, but sometimes things get in the way and lessons are taught. And so I kind of made a song about that, and I wanted to see if it would connect with the right crowd, and it did. And a lot of people like it. Of course, you get requests about it, and so that makes me out of joy for that song. So I wrote it, I'd say, in June maybe. Yeah, I think June time of 2024, and then released it in November.
Well, let's listen to it right now. This is Right Person, Wrong Time with Dom Ellis, today's Country Climb Star of the Week.
Well, I've been holding on to something that ain't been holding me, and I've come to find the truth in the lies between your teeth. We were never gonna make it, was pouring in and trying. When you say right person, wrong time. I've got $1 million questions, but I ain't seen a dime and an ashtray full of answers to burn you out my mind when you bring me down the slope. Got no choice but to get this high, but hey, right person, wrong time. Staring at the ceiling, wishing I was naive enough to believe your reasons. Share memories in a bottle, I was broken glass. Know you'll find another man, and all that won't last. When you break his heart like mine, use an old line. Right person, wrong time. But I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wishing I was naive enough to believe your reasons. Wishing I was naive enough to believe your reasons. Wishing I was naive enough to believe your reasons.
That's Dom Ellis, right person, wrong time. He is this week's Country Climb Star of the Week. And I just see big things for you. It's been amazing spending some time with you and letting you share your music with our audience. I can't wait to follow your journey. What are your, what are your goals in the not too distant future? What should we expect? What are you looking forward to?
Well, we have some new songs coming out. We're trying to get them pushed out as quickly as possible. In fact, whenever I get back up to Nashville, me being in Louisiana right now, I'll be shooting out there tomorrow, and first day first, we're gonna go record some more songs. And so we're pushing in the studio, we're pushing in the rights, and it's gonna be great. So we'll have some more pieces coming out. One called Life Story, another one called Hey Mrs. Lucky, and another one called Falling Out of the Sky. So very, very pumped and very excited.
And if we want to support you and follow you on all your socials so we could catch all this new music, it's Dom Ellis, at Dom Ellis?
At Dom Ellis Music.
At
Yes,
Dom
sir.
Ellis, ELLIS Music. Go ahead, give him a follow today. Let's show him the Q Country Nation support and listen to all his music. He's got a lot more available to listen to, and he's got a lot more yet to come. So follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and on all socials. All right, Dom, thank you so much for being this week's Country Climb Star of the Week.
Woo! That's my blood! Because Papa Beaumont said so! Yee!
Yee, yee! Everyone's favorite redneck from Beaumont, Texas on his favorite day of the week, Friday, buddy. Hey, I've been thinking, you told us a couple weeks ago you found this brand new TV show that you were loving, and this brand new TV show was actually over 20 years old. It was Lost. How have you finished Lost, and what did you think?
Look, man, they lost me because it got stupid. And then my car, yeah, it got stupid.
Yeah, don't give any spoilers.
So you're going to make it to about where I did and be like, this is stupid. And you're going to be lost too. No.
So what season did Lost lose you?
Dude, all I know is I lost a lot of my life. I'll never get back.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. So Paul's on a scale of 1 to 10. When you first found Lost, you gave it a 10 out of 10 yee-yees. How many yee-yees do you give Lost now that you've watched a bunch of it?
Maybe a 2.
Sorry. Paul from Beaumont says, if you have not watched Lost, don't start now.
Don't waste your life.
Hey, I thought we'd play a fun game on Friday called Fix It or Forget It, Paul's Friday Redneck Edition. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Your truck door only opens from the outside. Fix it or forget it.
Hey, just Dukes of Hazzard, son.
Dukes of Hazzard, buddy. You don't need it to open up from the inside. All right, next one. Your cooler lid is broken, but you've been using a cutting board and a brick, and it works just fine. Fix it or forget it.
I don't know, man. Forget it, man. Forget it.
Forget it, yeah. I mean, you have a lid on there. As long as the drinks stay cool, you're good.
Hey, you can always cut lime and lemon on it.
That's right. Your recliner only reclines if you pull it with the fishing line that's connected to your ceiling fan.
Oh, you got to fix that.
You got to fix that. That sounds like some redneck ingenuity right there.
Yeah, it could be, but man, I don't know what kind of line you would need me, but 8-pound test ain't going to get it.
And last one, your dog chewed the handle off the screen door, so now you got to open it up with the screwdriver that's taped to it with the spatula.
Well, I'm just fixing it. She'd lose it over.
Your wife is fixing that, but not Paul. Paul's not fixing it. That was Fix It or Forget It, our redneck edition with Paul from Beaumont. It is now time for Are You Smarter Than a Redneck? Paul, today is Collector Car Appreciation Day, so we're going to do some vintage car trivia. If you know the answer, say your name. That's your buzzer. It is multiple choice. Here we go. What movie brought the DeLorean to the public's attention?
Oh,
Paul, go ahead.
Back to the Future.
Is it Back to the Future? Ding, ding, ding. It is Back to the Future. We're going to do best of 5. First 1 to 3 correct answer wins. Any car in the Horseless Carriage Club of America must have been made before 1916. True or false? Chris, I'm going to say false. Incorrect. It is true. All right, Paul, you're up 2-0. If you get the next one right, you win it. What's the most valuable car sold in auction in 2008? Was it a Triumph Spitfire, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari 250 GT California, or an Austin Healey 3000? Chris, I'm going to say an Austin Healey 3000. Nope. Paul, it's either Triumph Spitfire, Lamborghini, or a Ferrari 250 GT California.
I'm going to say the Ferrari.
Is it the Ferrari? Gosh dang it. He is smarter than a radio DJ. That's 3 questions, 3 correct answers for Paul. Yep, the 1961 Ferrari GT sold for how much, do you think?
A couple million.
11 million.
Okay, I can say a couple million.
That's the car that Ferris and Cameron took for a spin in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
There you go.
That's why he was freaking out.
Yeah, it's worth $11 million. That was Are You Smarter Than a Redneck? And today I am not smarter than Redneck. Paul, we love you. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Hey, on the serious note, with everything that's going on, I want to play my song Left Behind going out to people affected by the floods, Texas, and all. There's people in other parts of the country got affected by them.
Absolutely.
East in New Mexico and North Carolina. Just keep everybody in your prayers and be nice to everybody.
All right, here's Left Behind from Paul from Beaumont. We love you, best friend.
All right, have a great weekend.
Bye.
You were sitting at the edge of the bar, just having a beer or two. I walked in with my head hung low and I didn't know what to do. Flashbacks coming every which way and I knew things had to change. This problem was bigger than me, so I tried to drink it away. Won't somebody save me? I can't do this on my own. The pain's too real, the cut's too deep, but mine won't let me sleep. I still think it should have been me that left the earth that day, but God had a different plan in mind. That's why He left me behind. Back to where I was and I see how far I've come. This once lost boy had no idea about the life he had won. A lovely wife, beautiful kids, and a growing family. God knew just what He was doing when He left me here that day. Won't somebody save me? Do this on my cuts too deep. My mind won't let me sleep. I still think it should have been me that left the earth that day. But God had a different plan in mind. That's why He left me behind. Somebody saying me, I can't do this on my own. The pain's too real, the cut's too deep. My won't let me sleep. I still think it should have been me that left the earth that day. But God had a different plan in mind. Faith and grace and trusting